when I was massaging someone, I realized that the feeling of meditation, achieving meditation, is the feeling like when you're outside on a hot day and the sun is like beating on your back, and then it goes behind a cloud, and how your skin just cools down. That feeling, and I hope for you guys as well, because I know I felt that, even just acknowledging that feeling, remembering what it feels to feel that, my body instantly calms down. It instantly slows down. It instantly comes back into the moment. I feel more aligned. And that's exactly how it feels to reach meditation. And it's another point that's just as important about that is how it's just that subtle. So often I feel like we end up missing the point when it comes to meditation, because we think it's transcendent. We think we're going to be a whole new person or feel a whole new way, or it'll be like our state of self, our state of being is completely altered and it's unrecognizable. Like if we don't feel wholly different, we haven't done it right. When really it is that subtle. It is that, I want to say, breezy. And I want to say transient too, because it can come and go so quickly. And that is something else I want to bring your awareness to, because if you're thinking, how do I meditate? How do I reach meditation? How do I stay there? Staying there, I feel like it shouldn't even be the objective. Don't even think about it that way, because when we think that way, when we flitter out of that presence, that calm, that alignment, we think, well, I can't do it. I can't maintain it. I don't know what it is. I didn't even have it long enough to really feel the nature of what meditation or a meditative state is like. So I guess it's not for me. I'm not capable of it. Which brings me to, everyone is capable of it. We think of meditation as something outside of ourselves. Again, we have to transcend who we are. We have to become something different to be able to reach meditation, or to be worthy of meditation. When just like you are aware of my voice right now, or the light on you in your room, or the feeling of your fabric, noise is going on, running thoughts in your head, all of these things, you're aware of all of these things. And there are so many things going on that you're not even conscious that you're processing. Meditation, that aligned state, that is always going on at all times. Everyone can always reach it, wherever, whenever. You do not need anything to reach. My video shut off because apparently my memory was full, so hopefully I can get back into the flow here quickly. Everyone can always reach meditation. It's always within you. It's not outside of you. It's not something you have to learn. It's not a skill you have to learn. It is a state below all the noise that you're constantly hearing and feeling, that you can always drop into. And when we only get a glimpse of it for a second, that doesn't mean that we're not deserving of longer, or that we can't achieve longer, or whatever. It's just, that's how familiar we are with it. And maybe it's not very much. It's like having a new friendship. You wouldn't expect to hang out for hours on end with a new person. You work up to it. You know what I mean? They're an acquaintance. And meditation and that state of alignment is an acquaintance to our ego or our conscious mind. But it is cumulative. So every second that you're able to tap in, allow yourself to tap out again. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Let yourself appreciate it when you experience it. Then when you remember how that feels, and you have a visualization, or you have a sensation or an association, like the sun going behind a cloud, to cue that sensation, you can come back to it, enjoy it for the second it lasts, enjoy it for the second it lasts. And then eventually you can hold on to it for longer periods. You'll become more familiar with it, and you'll recognize it when you get to experience those moments randomly throughout your days. And eventually you'll be able to stay with it longer and longer. And even if you don't get to the point where you do long periods of meditation, you're never the kind of person who sits down at the end of a day on a Sunday, whatever, and literally just sits and meditates on a meditation cushion or something. Like, that never has to be you. But if you spend 5 seconds in it in your morning, and you spend 15 seconds when you're on the toilet, and you spend 5 minutes when you go outside, when you're driving somewhere, that's how many minutes in a day that you spent there, and that you spent meditating. That's meditation. It is that place, to use yogic terminology, where I want to say you're aware of prana, but that sounds wrong. It's prana. You and your experience and the air that you're breathing and the things you're aware of and what you're feeling, it just is. It's that, like I said, feeling of alignment where you as your exclusive individual experience, your personality, your name, isn't at odds with things that are external. That divide doesn't seem relevant. You recognize everything just as prana, as different expressions of prana is how it feels. Any division of any sort just has no place. It's just irrelevant in that state. And getting to only experience it for 5 fleeting seconds doesn't undermine the quality of that experience. Those 5 seconds are of the highest quality. I just hope that you don't allow yourself any longer to tarnish the quality of that experience because it didn't last long enough to matter or something. The feeling of when you're outside and you can feel your skin burning, like you can feel, oh, you might get a tan. You feel that it is hot, that you could be getting a sunburn right now. And then a sun goes behind a cloud and your skin just like basks in it. It feels so nice. And you can think of that state as when there's intermittent clouds in the sky and the sun comes out for a second and then it goes back and then it comes out for a second and then it goes back and then it comes out and it goes back. And you can imagine that your experience of that meditative state to be exactly like clouds coming in and out from behind the clouds. You experience it and then you don't, and you experience it and then you don't. But it's always there. You know what I mean? This dance is always happening. Allow yourself to enjoy it as it comes to you. Learn to recognize it. And then you'll be able to cultivate longer practices if that's something that you desire.